About
you were scared to debate him.
I was scared to debate him.
Yes.
Are you being dead ass?
Yes, you were. You.
I want you to. I want you to watch this. I want you to watch this.
And then you just tried.
I want you. I want you to watch this video real quick. I want everybody to watch this video real quick. Let's see who is scared of who.
It's a very move on your part to keep avoiding Dean.
Then debate me.
Like
Let me on the mic. Let me on the mic.
Get Dean on the mic. That's the whole reason I came up here.
Thank you.
Move for you to keep avoiding him.
This was Dean's whole plan. I'm gonna bring these people here. Woo.
We've been told by every single one of Kirk's staffers that he doesn't want to talk to us. I have some disagreeing questions. Do you think I could ask him?
Well, that's something you're going to have to talk to somebody else about.
The reason we weren't let in line is because we don't go to college. But apparently neither does a guy on the mic. We're in MAGA territory now. We need to be very respectful.
Hey, Charlie, Dean's here. Dean. Come on.
We should talk. Trying to talk to Charlie Kirk, but it's not worth it. Do you think me and Kirk should have a conversation?
100%.
You got to get me up there, man.
You may be purposely ignoring you.
This has proven to be very difficult.
With a red hat on.
That we are in the free marketplace of ideas.
So I was running away from him.
I don't think he thought it was important at all to debate you. And
Okay.
I saw a clip somewhere else where you guys debated.
Okay, so could I just so just one moment. Was I running away from him?
No, but I don't think he was.
Oh, okay. Okay. So I just want to clarify. Your first claim was that I was running away from him. He wasn't running away from me. But then when I show you a video of him explicitly dodging me, all of a sudden you do concede the claim that I was running away from him. But you won't say he was running away from me because I just wasn't that quote unquote important. Follow-up question.
Sure.
Then
Sure,
why the
but
hell
I
did the
saw-
producer of his show reach out to me and invite me on the Charlie Kirk podcast and then completely ghost me after I asked for a specific date?
Okay, what was the clip I saw?
And then after I talk about the producer of the Charlie Kirk show completely ghosting me publicly on some podcasts. I forget their names. They're awesome, though. Two great women. I'm probably going to get flamed by their fans down below. Then they reach out to me again, and then I get ghosted again for another 4 months.
So what was the debate I saw where you guys actually did debate? And I thought.
Oh,
Charlie
3 minute.
did-
Oh, you thought Charlie beat me in that debate?
Yes.
What did we debate about?
I don't remember.
So you don't know what we debated about, but you know he won. Then how do you know he won?
I believe he won.
Yeah, why do you believe that?
I think he was a lot more confident and he knew what he was talking about.
Okay. Well, he conceded 2 times, and then at the end of the debate told me I gave him the best point he's ever heard. And then went on a podcast and called me intelligent.
Yeah, he thought in the future.
Again, in that debate, he conceded in the first 10 seconds on his definition of murder. In the first 10
Yes,
seconds.
but he said you are more likely to convert MAGA in the future, and I believe that too.
Okay, so you also believe the prophecy that I will be a Trump supporter.
I believe
in the future.
you will smarten up.
Yeah. Well, how about you smarten me up? Give me one good reason to support Trump.
Let's see here. He's significant. First of all, most liberals are complaining about gas prices right now. Yet he has deceased them with having a nuke, where we in the future we could have been nuked, and then liberals they can only complain about gas prices right now, which they're going down significantly. But now there's no nuke in their hands.
Mm-hmm. Do you know what the JCPOA is?
I do not.
That's a denuclearization agreement that Obama got with Iran that Trump tore up, giving the green light to Iran to build nukes.
Then how would they, if they were secretly building a nuke? And then
there's nothing secret about their uranium enrichment because the IAEA tracks Iran's uranium enrichment.
I'm not familiar with that.
All right, bro. Go do some research. Go do some research. Everybody in the comment section says, Dean, skip him. He has no argument whatsoever. Bro, that's hilarious. That's actually hilarious, dude. That's actually pretty funny, dude. It's actually pretty great. Welcome in. Do you support Trump?
I do. I just turned off my shower to put you in your place, by the way, so you should appreciate me for that.
You turned off your shower to put me in my place.
I did.
Why do you think that nobody ever succeeds in that goal?
And to be honest, to the people that are donating me, like, Computer thinks you're stupid. Stop donating to
dude,
me.
stop.
You computer mega idiot.
Dude, stop. How does he do it? How does he do it? That dude, wow. Every day, he gets up on the stream maybe 4 times. T, I appreciate you for the $20 over on Super Chat, who says, at caller, English proficiency is not required for holding a green card. Basic English, aka some exclusions like age/duration in the US/disabilities, become a requirement for US citizenship. I appreciate you for the $20, T. That's very kind of you. Show some love to T down below in the comment section while we're trying to get the next guest pulled up. Please do show some love to T down below. Please do show some love to T down below. As well as Emma, thank you for the $4 on PayPal. I appreciate you. Thank you for the kind words. Alyssa with the $9 says, A, Melania is foreign, and B, she doesn't speak English well, so that's a double standard. Thank you for the $9. And then Harold with the $10 as well says, have you seen Mike Johnson's growl over the ruling today? Good times. I sure have, Harold. That was a great clip. As well as Mona Lisa, thank you for the 1 penny. And Bajorn, thank you for the $10. Bajorn didn't leave a message with the love, just sent that donation right on through. Know that I appreciate you, man. Catherine, thank you for the $5. Kaylee, thank you for the $5. And Jacob, thank you so much for the $10 as well. And Max, thank you for the $5. I appreciate you guys. Hey, welcome in ASAP and Helena. Do you guys support Trump?
I'll let Helena go first.
ASAP, you gotta fix your mic, bro. It's only in one ear.
Oh, it's probably because of the... Hold on.
Just unplug the mic, figure it out later. Talk to me through the phone. I've been there before. I get it. Helena, are you here?
Okay.
Okay, Helena's not even here. Yeah, ASAP, I unplug that mic setup. I know it's kind of sad to do so after you spend so long getting all the tech together and plugging it in. Kind of sucks, but, you know.
Yeah, it does get a bit annoying sometimes.
There you go. Are you a Trump supporter?
Not entirely. I do agree with, a lot of his values, mostly for the Christian side of things.
Wowie zowie. Let's talk about it. Let me thank a couple people on Venmo, then the mic and the floor are yours, okay?
Yeah, I got you.
This came in literally 60 seconds ago. Mr. Austin, thank you so very much for the $100 donation on Venmo. Austin, that is ridiculously kind. Thank you so very much. Please show some love to Austin down below in that chat, everybody. That is a huge donation. Thank you so very much. That is ridiculous, dude. Way too much money, Austin. Way too much money. Austin with $100 says, thank you for all that you do, bluntly and with full proof behind every word. You've given me hope and have shown me that there's more hope for others. If I could give more, I would. Dude, don't say that. $100 is already incomprehensible. Absolutely insane. Please keep doing the good debates. Well, I appreciate you, Austin. Thank you for your kind words, dude. We mean more than you know. I'm very grateful for you. Thank you for supporting what we do here. It keeps us going for 4 hours a day, 7 days a week, and I'm beyond thankful for you. I want to see 1,000 W's for Austin. Same thing to Katrina. Thank you for the $50, who says, love listening to you. I've learned so much. Thank you for using your superpowers for good. Well, I appreciate you, Katrina. I'm so happy that you enjoy the streams and take a lot away from them. Thank you for the $50 donation, dude. Show some love to Austin and Katrina. Same thing to you, Matthew. Thank you for the $10. I appreciate you. Michelle, thank you for the $5. Rip with the 10. Not going to answer that. Amber, thank you so much for the $10 as well. And Karma, thank you for the $5. Lag, thank you for the Galaxy. And then Kama, thank you for the $5 as well. And then PZ with the $10 says it's way too hot outside. So true. Zakari with the $10 says you're literally amazing. I appreciate you. That's really kind. And then Sarah, thank you so much for the $10 and shout out to your girl Elena. With all that being said, we're all caught up. If you want to support the stream, you can find a link to my Venmo and my PayPal in the link tree in my bio on TikTok, pin message on YouTube, and the handle's also at the top of the phone screen on TikTok too. Just my name, Dean Withers, without the letter E, and my last name Withers. Quadruple check that out, though. A bunch of fake scamming accounts out there, as well as Devin. You got the right account. Go to take it away ASAP. Tell us why you think that Donald Trump is a good Christian.
Well, I mean, I agree that character matters, but the Bible is full of imperfect people that God used. I mean, I don't think the question is Trump morally perfect? I mean, nobody meets that standard. I think the question is whether their actions and policies produce outcomes consistent with what, I believe is right.
Okay. All right. Well, any of these people in the Bible that were imperfect, did any of them, I don't know, rape women and claim to be God?
Well, I mean, if you're referring to that AI photo of Trump, I mean, I didn't see that as like a plus, I guess you could say. But I mean, Yeah, I mean, not there have been a lot of people in history that have claimed to be Jesus Christ, the Savior, and I mean, I just
typically
trust
God
what-
wouldn't like use those people, right? Because kind of like the false gods, the false gods are really condemned pretty damn hard by God in the Bible. Like the whole like Antichrist thing in Revelation, or the Ten Commandments saying thou shalt not hold false idols before me. I think that it's pretty clear and consistent. God hasn't used a false prophet to further his message. So I mean, I think for you to suggest that Trump could use this false prophet to further his message is pretty out there.
That's a good point.
Yeah, thanks, man. What's your response to the good point?
I don't know. I'm kind of nervous.
It's okay, man. I've been nervous too. I get it. 25,000 people is a shit ton of people. Like, dude, I'm not even gonna lie. I've been nervous the last couple days. Like, my viewership has exploded. And having 25,000 people in here has been making me nervous too. So I completely get it. And I do this as my full-time job.
That's awesome, man. I'm proud of you, for real.
Thanks. Well, how about this? I'll give you a pass there, even though you don't have a counter argument there. You should think about it. What do you think have been the positive outcomes that are pro-Christian of his policy? Somebody to check what country revival up? Yeah, where's he at, dude? Up in that queue, dude. Go ahead.
From what I understand, he's put a lot more money towards like churches and supporting like building more churches. Now, I mean, I know quantity isn't really quality. I know of churches that, and especially big ones, that, probably aren't the best to attend just because of the fact that they're sometimes cash grabs, really. I feel like at the back end
so our government doesn't provide direct funding to build churches. Under the First Amendment, taxpayer dollars cannot be used to construct or maintain buildings developed.
No. Trump does, like from his own funds.
Wow. Wow, Bruna, thank you so much for the blow, Rosie. I appreciate you. Okay, where's the evidence of this? I feel like you probably saw like a reaction photo on Truth Social that says that Donald Trump devoted half of his paycheck to build a bunch of churches, but it's probably not true. Also, this seems like pretty unconcerned to his like policy then, and you said it's the outcome of his policy that you support.
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
Seems pretty unconcerned to his policy, and you said it's his policy that you support?
No, it's the Christian values. I mean, there's some parts of his policy that I wouldn't agree with, like some of the tax stuff.
By the way, I just looked it up. No public records show instances of Trump personally donating money to fund the construction of churches.
Damn. That's rough.
Yeah, bro. Seems like you were wrong about everything you said.
Well, I do appreciate you having me on. I'm sorry for wasting your time.
You have a good one. You have a good one. Let's go to get that next guest connected. Oh, it's the abortion bro from earlier that had a weird issue. He's back. Imagine it doesn't load in again. I'm actually going to go to get somebody else loading up at the same time as this guy because I doubt this guy's going to load in. Folks, we're looking for a Trump supporter to come up here to have a conversation with us. We got Helena loading back into the stream. But it doesn't look like she's loading in either. Let's go to try to get that next guest connected. Only opposite side of that queue. If you are here for a debate, I'd really appreciate that. Thank you. Let's try to find a guest to load up here and have a debate with us. We got Jay
Do you
Walsh
like my
loading
Minecraft house?
When you don't have anything nice to say, just don't say it at all, you know? Let's go to get that next guest connected. On Super Chat, thank you so much for the $20. Who says, I wish I had your talent for debates and even a drop of your extensive knowledge. You're amazing. Well, hey, listen, first and foremost, Jasmine, I really appreciate you so much for the $20. Second of all, Jasmine, it's not a talent. It is a developed, learned skill. When I started debating, I was garbage at it, but I've done it so much that I've gotten a lot better. The one thing that makes you better at debate is definitely repetition. Definitely repetition. Just making sure that you know your shit. Welcome back, man.
Look, Dean.
You gonna talk about my penis again, dude?
Dean.
How about we leave that out of the conversation this time?
Hello?
Hi. Listen, let's just hop right back into the conversation.
Wait, Dean. Okay, we got off on the wrong foot earlier. I want to apologize and be mature about it.
Oh.
And have a civil conversation.
Well, thank you. Thank you for apologizing for talking about my phallus. That's that's very
I do apologize, Dean.
Okay, back to the abortion debate. This guy's pro-life. So you think it's our species that makes us morally worthy of the right to life, right?
I think every human being is equal. So
okay, so because of their species, right?
Species, so you think it's because I can see what you're trying to do.
Okay, so it's not our species that makes us morally valuable. So then what is it that makes us morally valuable?
It's the fact that we're humans.
That's our species, dude.
Yeah, right. Yeah, but a sperm is a Homo sapien species as well.
I mean, I said a member of this species. Sperm is not a member of the human species.
Okay, right, continue.
Okay, so why do you think that being a member of the human species makes you morally valuable?
Because you have human rights. The fundamental right is the right to life. I don't think.
I know, but I'm asking you why you think that being a member of the human species grants the human right to life.
So your fundamental right is like literally why I think we should not kill anybody.
You don't seem to be understanding the question that I'm asking you. By the way, are you 16?
No.
Yeah, bro, you told us you're 18. I looked through your account. I literally couldn't find any evidence that you were under the age of 18. Brune, I appreciate you so much for the galaxy. Listen, folks, if you have any evidence, feel free to drop it in a private ticket on Discord. I'll take a look for it. Once again, that is a private ticket on Discord. So, back to the debate. I think that you misunderstood the question that I asked you.
Right, but your original question was, right, was that why do I think abortion is wrong? Because it is a violation of the fundamental human right, the right to life.
Right, I hear you. Can I speak?
You can.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So then I asked you, what do you think grants us this right to life? And you said being a member of the human species. So why do you think that being a member of the human species grants us moral deservance?
You're granted rights based on the fact that you're a human?
I'm asking you why you think that claim is true.
Do you want me to ring the government and ask?
Wait, you think that it's the government that determines human rights? So before governments existed, rights didn't exist?
I mean, cavemen killed each other?
Yeah, was that wrong?
Morally, not then.
So, wait, was rape wrong before governments existed?
Again, I'm not.
Answer the question: was rape wrong before governments existed?
They didn't see it as wrong. I would look at it as wrong, brother.
Okay, so you would. Okay, so you would say that action was wrong. So why was it murder wrong then? What?
What?
Then why was it murder wrong? You said it wasn't wrong back then.
I would look at it as wrong. Okay.
Okay.
I would look at it.
So like
wouldn't.
So like back before governments existed, you would look at like the action of unjustifiably killing another human as wrong because you think that those humans have the right to life. Therefore, you agree that we don't get the right to life from any government. So when I asked you why you think that being a member of the human species is what makes us morally valuable, then you said, I don't know, should I ring the government? Well, you're just simply confused because now you understand that governments are not what grant us rights. Governments don't grant rights, governments protect rights. So I'll ask you the question again. Why do you think it is our species classification that grants us moral value?
Brother, I am telling you, your fundamental right is the right to life. That is why abortion is wrong. Thank you so much for the Future City.
I understand that you're telling us that we have this fundamental right to life. That is not the claim that I'm contesting. I agree that you and me possess a right to life. The claim that I'm investigating is that this right comes from our species classification. So because you think that this right comes from our species classification, I am asking you to articulate me agreed does not have human rights because they're a dead body, but we'd still argue that it's like wrong to rape and mutilate that dead body because the reasons that count in favor of raping that dead body are very psychologically perverted. All right, and then what I went on to say from there is that similarly, most likely, I find it to be the case that any reason that we could identify in favor of killing that 2-year-old with anencephalus that I wouldn't give moral value to would also be psychologically perverted, meaning that it would be wrong to do.
So,
bro, I got this guy. Listen, I'm pulling out concepts here that are a little bit like beyond like the prevalent political discourse that probably even like most people
Is this
watching
the
the stream
argument
enjoy.
you've been working on with
But
Liz?
this is definitely true.
Is this the argument you've been working on with Lid?
Yup.
Is
you have
it?
a response?
I'm thinking, Dean. I've never heard this one before. I must give you your credits. So I'm confused as to like why it's okay to kill someone based on their location if they have sentience, but someone who doesn't have sentience.
Wait, location? What? I never argued that it's okay to kill a female.
They're not supporting his pro-life values. That's right.
How about this? Let's just make it a little bit easier because maybe that was a little bit too complex for you to understand. If Donald Trump ran on the same policy he did in the last election, if Donald Trump were doing the same things that he's actually doing today, but a majority of MAGA was not pro-life, but they still voted for him because of his economic policy, foreign policy, immigration reform, would you still support Trump as president?
I have other reasons, but I want to confront you on the one. Nice try. Let's go ahead and do the.
Can you answer the question, please?
Nah, nice trap. Let's go.
You're not gonna answer the question, bro? Nah, don't run. Don't dodge, country. By the way, all of your friends venerate you as the one Trump supporter who quote unquote beat me in a debate. Now, fortunate for you, I don't remember our last debate, so I can't pull out like the specific facts and the argument that we just had and disprove the claim that you beat me. But what I will say is it seems like this venerated icon, Mr. Dean Slayer down here, Country Revival, is not doing too hot in this debate. Stop dodging the question. Go ahead and give it a response.
I don't think we've even established a base. So if his platform didn't support him, but he still had the same policies, would I still vote for him?
No, his platform did support him.
Following the
one moment.
that he was
One moment. His platform did support him, right? MAGA still supports Trump, but MAGA's not pro-life. They just supported him for other reasons, like his economic reform, his immigration reform, his foreign policy, his social reform, etc., so on and so forth, meaning that MAGA would not be majority pro-life. Would you still support Trump as president?
Yeah, I have other reasons.
Okay,
of course.
so you would
Do you
support
want to go
Trump
into
as
those
president?
instead? Because you want to... Wait, Dean. Are you running from the abortion debate?
Is that what you wanted to debate me on?
Yeah, it was, actually. That's why I brought it up.
Okay, well, you brought it up in a weird
But if you'd rather
way.
go into something else, I'm not afraid to debate you, Dean. What else would you like to talk about? I've seen you on my panels chasing around my people.
I've been debating abortion all day, so I would prefer alternative mechanisms here. Because I've been debating abortion all day, let's see if you can answer this question. So you support Trump because he saved the lives of innocent humans, right? Hello? Hello, Mr. Dean Slayer, Mr. Venerated Icon that beat Dean in a debate. Where did you go? Bro, these fucking... Dude, by the way, this is like the Republican TikTok... like, mirror of me. This is like one of those Republicans that run around hosting debate panels owning the libs. Just look at the difference, dude. It's absurd. Look at the difference.
Can you hear me again, Dean?
I sure can.
Are you there? Okay, my internet
So when you
was
tell
crappy.
us... Okay, we can hear you now. So when you tell us that you support Trump because he's pro-life, are you telling us that you support Trump
No, I
because you
didn't
think
say
he's going to
because
save
he's
innocent
pro-life. I
humans?
said because most of MAGA was pro-life, and he supports bringing it to the states. So that's a decision to policy. So he's
Okay.
giving it back to the states. I know
So
you're
the
going to try to
reason
say
Trump
that
is because he wants
Trump
it to be
is not
legislated on
pro-
at the state level?
Yeah, that's a great reason. It's a great
Okay.
policy.
So why is that a great policy?
Because it's giving it back to the states like the power should be designated.
Okay,
As
why
far as
should
the
the power
abortion conversation.
Why should the power be designated to the states?
Well, because it's too much for...
Oh man, you're really lagging here, dude. You're lagging
I'm
up a
for
storm. Buddy's lagging
Federally,
out
should you?
again. What's that? Hello?
Damn it. Can you hear me?
Yeah, bro. If you continue to lag out, I'm just gonna have to kick you. You need to fix your shit, dude. That or I could just put you on mute until you're in a better position and then move on.
Yep. Okay, so can you hear me again or no?
Yeah. Still lagging out a little bit,
All right,
dude.
I'm gonna come back on your panel because you know you're gonna have a conversation with me. You're gonna have a conversation with me. It's okay.
Yeah, bro. When are you gonna do
I'll
that?
get my internet connected. Don't worry. I'll go over somewhere. Hold on one second.
Just stay on the live, bro.
I'm going walking over right now.
I'm gonna put you on mute. Just stay on the live. Let's go to move on to the next guest, folks. Only up inside of the queue if you happen to be MAGA. Let's go to get the next guest connected right now. Only up inside of that queue if you do happen to be MAGA, please and thank you. I'd appreciate it so much if you guys would, you know, please follow those rules and only up inside of that queue if you happen to be MAGA. Holy MAGA mobile, dude. Holy MAGA mobile. If you do want to support me, if you do want to support the stream, you can find my Venmo and my PayPal in the link tree in my bio on TikTok. Pin message on YouTube, as well as the handles at the top of the
Can you hear me now?
as well. Dude, are those dogs okay, man? Country Revival, those dogs good?
They're going potty. I've been away for a couple days. I just got home. They're really excited to see me.
Okay, I get that. Yeah, sometimes dogs yip when they're excited to see. I get it. Janiac, appreciate you for the 20 Australian dollars, who says, you deserve all the extra viewers, Dean. You're doing so good to watch and are helping develop critical thinking. I totally understand the nervousness. We're with you. Well, thank you so much for that love and support. I appreciate you, Janiac. Show some love to Janiac down below. All right, bro. Back to you. So you just got done saying that you think it's a good
It's so
thing
obvious
for
I'm going to
abortion
have
to
a
be...
hard time. I will be back, Dean.
Wait, you sound just fine right now. I don't see any red bars, bro. Don't run. Maybe we just let him run.
I'm not running. It's literally the internet. You can hear it's the internet. I'm not running from you.
Wherever you're at right now, it sounds just fine.
Okay, yeah, because I sat down and I'm going to try and attempt to talk to you again. But if it cuts out again, I'm letting you know I'm not running from you.
Okay, perfect. You said that you support abortion being legislated on at the state level compared to the federal level, like federal protections? Yes. Okay, well, the reason why federal protections are preferable to it being legislated on from the state level from your position of wanting to make the government as small as possible is because those federal protections would actually make the government smaller per the argument that I just gave you.
Okay, so smaller government, big government, we're going to hand it back to the states. Why is that a bad thing? Why would you rather have it in the federal control?
I just told you, literally, from your perspective of wanting a smaller government, our government is smaller when we protect abortion on the federal level compared to when we allow states to ban it.
So what?
So what? So you told me one of the main reasons why you support it being legislated on at the federal level is because it should be on the federal level because the government should be smaller. So operating off of your basic foundation that the government should be small.
I said state level.
I know, but I'm showing you how that foundation of wanting the government to be smaller is actually better achieved by protecting access to abortion on the federal level. And because that goal is better achieved by protecting access on the federal level, you'd actually find that preferable towards allowing states to ban it on the state level. So one's very simple.
Why is it acceptable to violate a human right?
Okay, so then it doesn't really, like, you're not too concerned with the size of the government. You're okay with the government being bigger if it means that abortion's banned.
It's not something that's relevant to the conversation.
Right, you're the one that brought it up, big dog.
MAGA and Kamala both had different perspectives. Neither one of them are necessary. Kamala, where neither one of them were.
I understand that Republicans can't pronounce words, but it's pronounced Kamala, dude.
Kamala. Okay.
Once again, holy shit, dude. Listen, I want this to be debate live, not a third grade classroom on the pronunciation of English.
I'm not going to be tone police.
Listen, bro, if you can't pronounce Kamala, just call her Harris, dude. It'll make you look more intelligent when you're correctly pronouncing words.
Okay, so Harris.
There you go.
And Trump, neither one of them had a smaller government shrinkage, so that's not why I would have voted over MAGA.
Okay, that's definitely not true, but whatever. Back to the abortion. Let me ask you this question. So, are the reasons why you're pro-life because you want to like save as much innocent human life as possible?
Absolutely.
Okay, so if Kamala Harris hypothetically would have saved significantly more innocent human life than Trump, would you argue that you should have supported her in retrospect?
What's the statement you'd like to say? Because I don't necessarily know that that's true, but what are you going to pull out on it?
Yeah, I'm not saying that is true. That's why I said hypothetically, if it were to be true, would you argue in retrospect you should have supported her? Why?
You don't answer hypotheticals.
I'll happily answer a hypothetical that's relevant to the debate.
Hmm.
After you answer mine, because of course that's linear discourse.
Right. So I don't know. You don't answer hypotheticals. You literally avoid hypotheticals constantly.
Yeah,
Like
I'll
on the
happily
transgender
engage. I'll happily engage.
Like
in any
literally on the
hypothetical
transgender
relevant to
movement
their
stuff,
day.
you run away every time. So okay.
Yeah, are you talking about me refusing to answer to a hypothetical that assumes I'm dating a woman other than my girlfriend? You're right. I
Yep.
will not engage in hypotheticals that assume I'm dating a woman that's not my girlfriend. And because I do that out of respect for my relationship, I will happily grant that same credence to anybody that I'm debating. I do not expect people to answer hypotheticals that hypothetically assume that they date people other than their partners, because that's not something I would personally respond to out of respect for my relationship. However, operating out of the scope of that limited hypothetical that I don't answer and I don't expect other people to, please respond to the question that I just asked you, because genuinely, if you're unwilling to engage in the use of fruitful, productive dialogue through the course of hypotheticals, we genuinely cannot debate. And it also, on top of that, just makes you look really unintelligent. So I'll ask you the question again. I asked you if you're pro-life because you want to save as much innocent human life as possible. You said yes. So then I asked you, hypothetically, if it were to be true that Kamala Harris would have saved more innocent human life than Trump, would you argue in retrospect that you should have supported her?
Would it be specifically on the abortion cause or no?
It would include abortion and all other innocent, valuable human lives.
Clarify.
I did. It would include all innocent human lives. And in this sense, we're also considering abortion.
Is this a genocide Palestine reference?
Is this a fucking dodge? What? Can you answer the question,
okay, so
dude?
I'll go ahead and acknowledge the hypothetical. Yeah, no. It really depends, because
What does it
depending on where
depend
you're
on?
going to go with it.
What does it
If it's
depend on?
relevant to innocent life.
Yes, innocent. Innocent life, bro. So if Kamala Harris would have saved more innocent human life than Trump, would you argue in retrospect that you should have supported her? Actually, so stupid. Actually, so.
Dude, I just literally am sitting in the same spot. I apologize if it's not good enough for you, Dean.
Bro, the spot's fine. You're just muting yourself and refusing to answer. Could you please answer the question?
No, I can't answer the question because I didn't hear the question. My internet's been spotty. Can you repeat for me, please? I've told you this, right? When we started.
I know that you heard the question because you asked me to specify if the lives were innocent.
Oh, okay, so in that hypothetical, I had tried to say yes. If the internet was spotty, I apologize.
Okay, so you would so you're now affirming that it is true that you would have supported Kamala Harris in retrospect if Kamala Harris would have saved more innocent human life than Trump. Okay, cool. Well, that claim is true. The Lancet did a study on the outcomes of Donald Trump's cuts to USAID, and they say that over the course of the next 4 years, 14 million people will die across the globe that would not have died otherwise if Trump never cut USAID. Because of that, we now know that if Kamala Harris was elected, 3 million lives would have been saved that are now being lost because of Trump. Now let's compare that to abortion. First fun fact, since Trump overturned...
Wait, interjection. Do you think that under Kamala that she wouldn't have canceled the fraud for the USAID? Or would she have kept it?
She would have kept that USAID, which would have saved 3 million lives per year, dude.
And the fraud.
Yeah, you just call saving 3 million human lives per year fraud. We know it's not fraud because there hasn't been a referral made to the DOJ for a crime. Because keep in mind, fraud is a crime.
USAID, hold on, I'm going to initiate here. USAID was also funding on things that had nothing to do with healthcare and things of that nature, like cutting the tips off of young children,
nice,
spontaneously having like the Elmo program going on in Iran. So when you're going to bring these up, that's the USAID stuff. And there's
that USAID stuff, according to the Lancet, saves 3 million lives per year.
The fraud is why we canceled it. So that was a nice try.
Yeah, bro. Well, the quote-unquote fraud that he canceled it because of is now costing 3 million lives annually around the globe. For that reason, it's true that if Harris was elected, she would have saved more innocent human life than Trump. And because it's true that she would have saved more innocent human life than Trump, by guarantee, what do you mean?
That's disingenuous because
what do you mean
if they
by
would have still brought out the fraud, if they came out and investigated the fraud, then they also would have been destroying lives too.
Okay. Well, she wouldn't have investigated the quote-unquote fraud. Thereby, she would have saved an additional 3 million lives per year. Meaning that it's true Kamala Harris would have saved more innocent human life than Trump. Meaning that it's true that according to your
Disingenuous
perspective, you
comparison.
should have supported her in retrospect. It's not a disingenuous comparison. Why is it a disingenuous comparison?
Because the genocide of young children is disingenuous to the saving of people that are quote unquote innocent and
Wait, it's
being involved in fraud cases in
the
different
genocide of
areas.
young children is disingenuous to what?
So you're gonna say that us helping outside people, you got me into this like innocence panel information, but I mean, if I'm going to re-specify, American citizens is what we should be talking about in this circumstance, not out of the country, right?
Wait, why would we only be
running?
talking about innocent human lives in America?
It's a dodge that you made.
It's not a dodge, given the fact that I explicitly asked you if it's true you would have supported Harris in retrospect, if she would have saved more innocent human life, and you said yes.
So I can also account on the IRGC and them being annihilating innocent lives. If we wanted to account for innocent lives being saved, we could also save all the people that Trump has saved through his policies and stuff are going on right now too. So that's
In Iran,
disingenuous. If
how
you'd
many
like to go back to
lives?
the
How many
abortion
lives is he
conversation,
saving in Iran? Can you tell me?
There was at least 40,000 protesters annihilated, so he's saving the people that aren't being annihilated anymore in the streets. Right?
There's 40,000 people are coming back to life?
No, what I
Oh,
said is that there are no longer people being protested in the streets and being annihilated. That's a lot of people being saved.
So how
right?
many? So A, you're not right, because the scope of his MOU with Iran is just to get them to denuclearize, not to get them to stop from killing their own citizens. But assuming that you were right, one moment, and assuming that you were right, and he was able to save like the lives of, let's just say, 500,000 innocent Iranians that would have been killed by the IRGC that are now not going to be killed because of what he's doing. Once again, that's not true. Kamala Harris still would have saved more innocent human life than Trump. Kamala Harris would have saved 3 million innocent lives per year.
Are you counting the ones that she was allowing to be trafficked across the border, or is that not counting?
Dude, once again, another false claim. But even if we assume that's true, how many lives did she allow to be trafficked across the border that Donald Trump has stopped? Let's just add that to the equation. Throw a number out there, dude.
So the DNA testing that was revalued, that would be saving thousands, 426,000 children, as a matter of fact.
Cool, bro. But complete misinformation. But let's just assume that it's not. 420,000 lives. Okay, bro. Let's add that to the equation. She's still saving more because she would have saved 3 million lives per year. Listen, we could add in all like the random bullshit numbers that you're going to make up about all the lives Trump is saving in Iran. That's BS, because he's not stopping Iran from killing people. He's stopping Iran from developing nuclear weapons. And we could add in all of like the bullshit claims about the 420,000 people at the border, which by the way is also BS, because the only public records that exist to prove that claim is true is the fact that the government lost track of 420,000 minors, meaning that they weren't able to make second contact after first contact, which A, doesn't prove that they were trafficked, and B, happens all the fucking time, even under Trump, which led C, Todd Blanche, to in bad faith portraying that information as proven cases of trafficking. But regardless, even if we assume that it's true, that's still less lives than the total lives that Kamala Harris would have saved given that she was president today. Bro, this is just like such a wash. This is such a wash for MAGA. Can I get a challenge, please? I'd love a challenge, dude.
I couldn't hear anything, bro. I think we're gonna have to pick this back up, but you're welcome to repeat, and I'm gonna answer you, so that way it doesn't look like I'm running, because I can't have an actual genuine debate right now because my internet is fried.
All right, bro. You come back later. Moving on to the next friend of Just Start USA. Don't worry. You guys got dupes, dude. You guys got dupes. Come back when your internet's better. All right. So we washed the J guy. We washed the country revival guy. What about you, Meg? Welcome in. Oh, she just left. She just left. It's bad.
I mean, it's a human being.
Okay. There's premise one of your argument. Fetuses are human beings. Now, how do we get from the claim that fetuses are human beings to to the conclusion that therefore it's wrong to kill fetuses?
Because you're taking an innocent life. It's an innocent human being.
Okay. So it's wrong to kill innocent human beings. Is it murder?
Yes, just like it would be wrong to kill an innocent 2-year-old walking down the street.
Yeah, well, I'm not so sure that those two things would be the same. Now, would it be murder? Meg, do you think that all murderers should be in jail?
I mean, yeah, they're not innocent.
Okay. So it's murder to kill a zygote, murderer should be in jail. So if a woman has an IUD, knows that IUD can kill zygotes, is sexually active, then it does kill a zygote, she'd be culpable for murder under your view. So should sexually active women with IUDs go to jail?
No, because that's preventing conception. So
in most cases, you're right. But the second function of an IUD, when the first fails, is to allow for conception to occur, and then to prevent the implantation of that now conceived zygote into the uterine lining, basically killing it.
So the IUD prevents the egg from implanting into the uterus, though. That's the point.
That is the point. Not the egg implanting into the uterus, the zygote.
Yes,
the
yes,
plastosis.
it prevents conception. Yes.
No, preventing the plastosis or the zygote from implanting into the uterine lining is not preventing conception. Let's go through the science of the very first part of pregnancy. Conception occurs by a sperm penetrating the egg. At that moment in time, you then have a unique human life, because that is a very first and earliest stage of human development. Once the sperm fertilizes the egg and you have a unique human life, that zygote, or blastosis, I think is what they're more so referred to when it's a unicellular organism, that implants into the uterine lining and begins to grow. Now, what IUDs will do in some cases is after that sperm implants into the egg, and then you have a unique human life, a blastosis, it will then prevent its implantation into the uterine lining, killing the blastosis, killing a human life, under your view, murdering an innocent baby. And because that's murder, and because those women that know that IUD does that, still choose to be sexually active, are thereby culpable and responsible for that murder, and you think all murderers would go to jail, it would therefore be necessitated as a conclusion that you think women who have IUDs that are sexually active and know those IUDs can kill zygotes should go to jail.
No, because with abortion, it would be malicious intent. So they are like purposely intending for the baby in the womb to die. Mm-hmm. Now, the point of the IUD is to prevent the, conception from happening. Yeah. So it wouldn't be the same. It wouldn't be considered, in my view, as murdered because it's not it's not malicious intent.
Well, it's not any intent at all. They don't have any intention to kill that zygote. It just kind of happens.
Exactly, because they're not planning to get pregnant. Like they're taking the steps to prevent a pregnancy. That's what I'm trying to say.
No, listen, I agree with you. But I just don't think that intention is a necessary prerequisite for responsibility. I'll give you an argument for this. I have a 9mm handgun. When I shoot this 9mm handgun, it makes loud noises. Really loud noises. So if I went and I got my 9mm handgun out of my nightside bed and I pointed it at this wall behind me, knowing that there could be people on the other side of the wall, and then I pull the trigger, not intending to hit and kill them, but rather to hear loud noises because I love loud noises, and that bullet goes through the wall and kills a little girl, would I be culpable for murder even though I didn't intend to kill that child?
I mean, yes.
Yeah, and what that shows, is that intention in of itself is not a prerequisite for murder, just the knowledge of a foreseeable outcome, even if you do not intend for that outcome to actualize, is the necessary prerequisite for murder.
I mean, I get what you're saying, but I also want to preface by saying I personally would not think that a woman who has an abortion should go to jail.
Okay, so then you either don't think that women who have abortions are murderers, you don't think that abortion is murder, or you don't think that all murderers should go to jail. So you'd have to deny one of the three things that you've already said.
Okay, so I do believe abortion is murder because it's the unjust taking of an innocent human being.
Okay, so are women who get abortions, are they unjustly taking the life of an innocent human being?
I mean, yes. In most cases, yes.
Can you agree that the definition of a murderer is somebody who unjustly takes the life of an innocent human being?
Yes, that's the definition.
Okay, so
of murder.
then you think that women who get abortions are murderers, and you think that abortion is murder. So then earlier, when you said that all murderers should go to jail, you now concede that claim. You don't think that all murderers should go to jail.
I mean, I guess. I mean, I think that people who are okay. Let me clarify, Dean. Like, don't try to make me look stupid here. I mean, I'm saying what I'm saying is right. I'm saying if a person goes out and murders a two-year-old walking down the street, yeah, obviously they should go to jail for that, right?
So then why
Like, you can
shouldn't
agree
women
with
get
that.
abortions under your view? What's the difference?
I mean, honestly, I mean, I don't know. In that instance, I haven't thought like that far ahead into it, but I do believe abortion is murder. Yes,
This
because
is
it's
actually
malicious.
a possible moment of learning. Let me explain to you what I mean by that. Can we agree that it would be like crazy to think that women who get abortions should go to jail? Can we agree that it'd be even crazier to think that women who are responsible for the quote-unquote murder of a zygote because of an IUD should go to jail?
I mean, the IED is preventing,
We went
or
through this.
the goal of it is to prevent. So
And the goal
it's
of me
not
shooting my
malicious
gun through my
intent.
wall is to hear the loud noises. But oh shit, if it kills a child on the other side of the wall, I'm a murderer.
Dean, but what moron is going to shoot a gun through a wall? Like, no, you're going to go to a gun range. Are you
do I
gonna be
need
that
to?
stupid?
I'm not gonna say that. Hypothetically, if I were that fucking stupid and I did do that, I would be a murderer, right? Even though it was really stupid.
Well, yes, because you would have
Right.
to take responsibility for your actions.
Exactly. I would be responsible for the death of the person I kill on the other side of the wall, even though I didn't intend for that outcome to occur. So when you say that women with IUDs who kill zygotes are not responsible for the death of the zygote, even though they didn't intend for that outcome to occur, you're kind of contradicting yourself.
No, I'm not, because
I just showed you the contradiction, though.
Again, malicious. It's not malicious intent to prevent pregnancy, Dean.
And it's not malicious intent when I'm firing my gun, wanting to listen to loud noises. That's not malicious intent, but I'm still a murderer.
That's just stupid. Like, to be honest,
It's
like,
stupid,
that
but it's not
is
malicious.
stupid.
But it's not malicious. It is stupid, but it's not malicious. And because it's not malicious and still murder, your claim that malicious intention is a necessary prerequisite to be responsible for murder is false.
I mean, no.
It is if I were to do, listen, we're gonna run through it again. Dumbass Dean grabs his gun, shoots it through the wall just to hear loud noises. I kill somebody on the other side of my wall. Am I responsible for murder even though I did not have malicious intention? Yes or no?
Yes.
Thanks for the concession. That malicious intention is not a necessary prerequisite to arbitrate an individual as being culpable for murder.
Okay, so are we gonna, like, do, like, okay. I'm trying to think how to phrase this. I want to have, like, an actual abortion debate, right?
Well, we
Not
are.
all these I mean, yeah, but
These
like
hypotheticals are
without
relevant. The relevancy of that hypothetical was to demonstrate that your counter objection to my argument that under your view, women with IUDs that kill zygotes are murderers was false. Thereby, it would follow that women with IUDs who kill zygotes are murderers. And then that would be the absurd conclusion of your view. And because your view yields such a grave absurdity, therefore your view must be false. It's all connected. I swear it's all connected. I just demonstrated the direct connection between the hypothetical that I just gave you and the conclusion that therefore your principle that leads you to the conclusion that abortion is wrong must be false because of how absurd it is.
Yeah, but again, with you shooting the gun through the wall, oh, there's the anxiety pen. You shooting the gun through the wall, it would be like premeditated because you know you have a neighbor there. Like, you know that there's a possibility.
Yeah, and that's why in the question, would a woman with an IUD that knows that IUD can kill a zygote that does kill a zygote be a murderer? Because they know that that's a possible outcome of sex going into sex. The same way I know
Yes, they're
hitting
not
somebody on the
using
other
it
side of the wall.
maliciously.
Once again, dumbass Dean shooting gun to hear loud noise, culpable for murder if it kills somebody. No, not using that gun maliciously, just using that gun really recklessly and really stupidity, with a whole lot of stupidity. And if that hit and killed somebody, I'd still be a murderer without malicious intention. Why are we going in this circle? Come on, dude. You know it's true. You've already agreed that you could murder people without malicious intent, such as in the hypothetical I gave you. You already agreed.
Okay, fine. Then let's do a different route.
How about this? I'm going to give you an even better example to prove that you don't need malicious intention to murder. I have a question. Is abortion always murder in elective circumstances?
Yes.
Even if there's like somebody who's getting an abortion that literally believes that fetuses are not alive, thereby they can't have malicious intention to murder because they don't think the fetus is alive?
Well, yes, because that just means they don't understand science.
Perfect. But it also means that they don't have malicious intention under your view.
I mean, no.
But they're still a murderer under your view. So under your view, you don't need malicious intention to be a murderer.
Yes, you... Okay, so
then abortion's not always murder.
If
you need malicious intention, if you need malicious intention to be a murderer, to murder, then abortion's not always murder, because you cannot argue that every single woman and girl who's ever gotten an abortion has always had malicious intention.
I mean, it's malicious intent when they're choosing without having like a legitimate reason to unalive a human being.
Remember, there's like, if they don't think it's alive, then they are not intending to end the life.
Because they don't understand science. Like, that's not my problem that they don't understand science.
So the claim is, from your perspective of being pro-life, they're not maliciously intending to end a life because they don't understand science. That's not a refutation of the claim that they don't have malicious intention. That's an explanation from the pro-life worldview of why they don't have malicious intention.
I mean, I guess, but at the same time, like, we should... I mean, I don't know
on you.
Not really, but...
That, I guess, was a concession of the argument that you've been making for the last 10 minutes. Okay, so you're not conceding the claim that you need malicious intention to murder?
I mean, basically... I don't know.
Sorry for doing it to you, Meg. It's not fun for me.
I mean, it's
not fun for me, Meg.
You have fun doing this to everybody. So
no, it's not fun for me, Meg. No, it's not fun for me, Meg. I don't like what I do, Meg, but it has to be done, Meg.
If you don't like what you do, then why do you do it?
Because it has to be done, Meg.
No, it doesn't.
It does. It does. It has to be done, Meg. It has to be done.
It doesn't. It really doesn't.
It has to be done. We need to be reasonable thinkers, even if it means that helping you to become a reasonable thinker means embarrassing you on live in front of 22,000 people. It has to be done, dude. The lack of shame in MAGA.
Who said I was MAGA? You literally asked me, why do you support Trump? And I said, I want to have an abortion debate. Where in there did I ever say that I was MAGA?
The lack of shame in conservatives.
I mean, I'll give you that one. I am a conservative.
So do you have a response? Or?
But, I mean, are you gonna... Can I ask you what your, like... Okay, so you obviously have no... Like, you just don't give a shit. Like, if somebody has an abortion, which is crazy to me.
True.
I want to know, like, what your stance is on the rape situation.
Oh, dude. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. As many abortions as possible. How about you? Do you think that it's wrong for a rape victim to access abortion?
So I was actually conceived in rape. So I don't think that my life matters any less than my sister, who was conceived in a living consensual relationship. So... Yeah, well, it doesn't matter any less. My argument, insofar as why rape victims should absolutely be able to access abortion, is not because I devalue the lives that are produced by rape, but rather because there's just so clearly no obligation in the slightest that a victim of rape would ever have to provide their bodily resources to keep that fetus alive. First question, if you needed my kidney to stay alive, do you think that the government should be able to force me into giving it to you? Force?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, no, because that's why you sign up to be a donor.
So if the government shouldn't be able to force me into providing my bodily resources to you, then why should the government be able to force rape victims into providing their bodily resources to fetuses?
Because I wouldn't. Okay, so I'm not a baby in the womb isn't taking anything from the mother.
Yeah,
like
it is.
it's
Progesterone through the umbilical cord to sustain its life. Oxygen, bodily resources, domicile.
But
in the
it's
uterus.
not taking. It's sharing. It's sharing the nutrients. So if it was taking all of the nutrients and the resources, then it would be killing the mother.
Question. Wait. If the government forced me to give you my kidney, would you be taking my kidney?
Well, yeah.
Would that be killing me? No, it wouldn't, because I could live with one kidney. Donked.
Yeah, but a lot of the people that I've argued with on lives are like, no, the baby takes the resources, and it's like, okay, but if it took every single resource that the mother provided, then the mother would not be able to.
Bro, it's not taking all of the mom's bodily resources, just like you're not taking all of my kidneys in the hypothetical. It's just taking some of the mom's bodily resources, just like in the hypothetical, you're taking some of my kidneys, like one of my 2 kidneys. So I'll just rephrase the question. If the state shouldn't be able to force me to give you some of my bodily resources, then why should the state be able to force rape victims to provide fetuses some of their bodily resources?
Because why should the baby in the womb pay for the crimes of the father?
Okay. Why should you pay for the crime of me refusing to give you my kidney? See, those types of questions are completely irrelevant to the question that I just asked you and the argument that I'm running on you.
Okay, but the government wouldn't force anybody to give anybody their kidney. Like that.
Well, the question wasn't
happen.
Would or wouldn't this occur. The question was, do you think this should occur? And you said, no, Dean, this should not occur. So if you do not think that the government should be able to force me into providing you some of my bodily resources to save your life, then why should the government be able to force a rape victim into providing some of their bodily resources to save the life of the fetus?
Okay, so you can survive without a kidney, correct?
Yep.
So could I.
No. In the hypothetical, you need it to live.
Okay, I mean, but there's a whole list for that.
Like multiple people you could get the kidney from? Also no. The only person alive who has a kidney that could save you is me.
Okay, that's a stupid hypothetical because that just wouldn't happen.
Okay, and let's envision a scenario that would happen. Max Irby. Do you know who he is?
No.
14-year-old, needs a stem cell transplant really bad. His dad has been able to collect 40 million DNA samples to test 40 million people for a match for their stem cell type. So far, they found 0 matches. And this is a real story. You could actually donate a DNA sample to possibly save his life if you're a match. It's just really unlikely. So because they've collected 40 million of these DNA samples and they found 0 matches for Max, true story, actually is happening, it is thereby likely that if anybody on Earth matches his stem cell type, there's probably only one person alive. So if I'm the one person, and better yet, if you're the one person with the same stem cell type as Max Irby, should the government be able to force you into providing your stem cells to Max Irby?
I mean, force, no. That's literally why we have free will.
Boom! Rape victims shouldn't be forced by the government to provide their resources to the fetus. Thereby, they should be able to take the abortion pill, which simply stops providing the bodily resources to the fetus and evict it from the uterus, even if the fetus's death is therefore onset.
Okay, so you do realize that the only way for a baby to be brought into the world is for it to live in a mother for 9 months.
Yeah, and the only way for Max Irby to continue to live in the world is for you to give him your stem cells. That's how it works,
and
dude.
if I was a match, I would if I was a match.
Okay, but the government should be able to force you to do it. And that's the only thing that matters to the conversation on if victims of rape should have access to abortion. Right? You saying that you would give your stem cells to Max Irby if you were a match is like you saying that you would not get an abortion if you were raped and impregnated. Okay, well, the question is not about what you would do if you were in the scenario, but rather the question is about what do you think the government should be able to do in the sense of force people who are in that scenario to do. And if you don't think that the government should be able to force you to provide your stem cells to Max Irby, you have literally no motivating reasons insofar as the creation of an argument about why you think the government should be able to force victims of rape to provide their bodily resources to fetuses.
Okay, so you're basically playing to legality right now. Like,
No,
this is like...
we're not appealing to what the law is. We're appealing to what you think the law should be, which is driven by your underlying moral convictions.
I mean, okay, so the issue here is, though, that okay, I'm trying to figure out how to structure this. So the baby in the womb is an innocent human being, right?
Are you an innocent human being, Meg?
Max is too. Well, yes, I am.
Okay.
So I don't think that the baby in the womb should pay for, the crimes of the
That's
father
not what's
if
happening,
it was a
though.
rape case.
That's not what's happening. The argument is not that victims of rape should be able to access abortion because a fetus should pay for the crime of the father that raped the woman, but rather that victims of rape should be able to access abortion because the government should not be able to force the rape victim into providing their bodily resources to the fetus. When you say, Dean, I disagree with you because a fetus shouldn't pay for the rape, you are completely straw-manning my argument because that is not my position.
Okay, but what I'm saying is, okay, so the reason why Roe v. Wade was overturned was because the federal government did not want that responsibility.
Not true.
That's why,
Nope.
yeah, that's why they returned
Nope.
it to the states.
They didn't. They returned it to the people and their representatives, regardless if that's on a state level or federal level. But also completely irrelevant to any type of response to the argument that I've been able to provide you insofar as why, from your position, you have no good reason to believe that the government should be able to force rape victims into providing their bodily resources to fetuses.
Because it's an innocent human being.
Okay, so it's Max Irby, but you don't think the government should be able to force you into providing your bodily resources to him. Where do we go from here?
Yeah, I'm not saying he's not an innocent human being.
Well, you are if you say that's a symmetry breaker between the two scenarios.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying,
But that's not the symmetry breaker between the two scenarios.
Okay.
Then that actually does not explain why you think the government shouldn't be able to force you, but should be able to force rape victims. You have to be able to provide the symmetry breaker between the two scenarios.
Okay, so Max has parents, I would assume, correct? Obviously, his dad is trying to find him.
Yeah, his dad's the one
match.
organizing.
Right. But the baby in the womb doesn't have anybody willing to fight for them and be their voice. So if there's nobody to speak for them, somebody has to come up and be like, hey, we shouldn't just unalive human beings.
Yeah.
Simply because of a circumstance that they came out of.
Let's see how this logic works out. If Max's parents died today, should the government be able to force you to provide him your stem cells tomorrow?
No, because he would have somebody in his family to.
So if every member of Max's family died today,
oh my God,
should the government be able to force you into providing him your stem cells tomorrow? And by the way, before you say that this is a stupid hypothetical, this is a very valid line of questioning because it is essentially accounting for the morally relevant difference that you're proposing to test it to see if it is genuinely morally relevant. Okay.
No,
if everybody but you, Max, and Trump, the leader of the government, died today, should Trump, the leader of the government, be able to force you to provide your stem cells to Max Irby? And maybe one cop somewhere just to actually arrest you and make you do it. Obviously no. The answer is no, right? The answer is no. So this arguing that, Max has people there to support him, but the fetus doesn't. Therefore, apparently the government should be able to force rape victims to provide the fetus or bodily resources is absolutely false. That is not a morally relevant difference between Max and the fetus. That is just simply a descriptive difference that is irrelevant to the claim that the government should or should not be able to force a rape victim into providing their bodily resources to the fetus. This is
no.
That's no different than saying, oh, well, max Irby big, fetus small. So because fetus small, government should be able to force the rape victim into providing their bodily resources. Why the fuck would the size of the fetus compared to the size of Max matter? Why the fuck would Max having a support network and the fetus not having a support network matter?
So why does value of a human being determine, or why is it determined on their location? So,
Miller,
okay,
not
the
at
baby's
once,
in the womb.
whoa. Not at once in this dialogue have I made a claim about the value of the unborn. In fact, I started this dialogue by saying that the value of the unborn is completely irrelevant to why rape victims should be able to legally access abortion. Second of all, because I never made a claim about the value of the unborn, I certainly never made a claim about that value being derivative by the location of where the fetus is at. Then third of all, the argument that I am using to prove that rape victims should have legal access to abortion is literally an analogy to somebody that is out of the womb and you being justified and not providing your bodily resources to them. The government not being justified in not forcing you to provide your bodily resources to them, even though Max Irby is out of the womb. So why do you think they get value when they're out of the womb but not when they're in the womb statement come from? Just respond to the meat on the bone. The meat on the bone is very simple. I understand that you're probably taken aback by my swag and simplicity. This argument is a very easy one to make. There's no difference between the claim that the government shouldn't be able to force you into providing your bodily resources to somebody else like Max, and the claim that the government shouldn't be able to force a rape victim into providing their bodily resources to somebody else like a fetus.
Okay, so it's okay. So being in the womb, it would be required duty to care from the mother, because
yeah, why?
Because you
why?
know.
Yeah, no is not a reason why.
Okay, so the way humans are made is through the mother, right? The mother carries the baby. So the mother would then, because the way that humans are made, the mother would be required to then care and take care of said baby.
Are you basically saying because are you saying that's because that's the only way the fetus will live is with the care of the woman? Therefore the woman has that obligation?
I mean, the mother has the obligation because
that's the only way the fetus will live. Yeah, you're saying because that's the way that babies are made, because that's the only way that fetus will live, she has that obligation, right? Meg, hello?
Yes.
Okay, that is what you're saying. Buddy.
Yeah.
The only way that Max will live is if you give him your stem cells! Ah! I'm going crazy.
Yes, and I would if.
I'm going crazy, dude.
If I was a match, you're.
Oh my god! But you already said that the government shouldn't be able to force you to do that, even though that's the only way Max Irby will live. Very similarly to the only way that the fetus will live is if. Oh my god! Is if they allow the pregnancy to go to term and they give birth. Holy fucking shit, dude. Meg. Oh my god! I thought I already said this. Oh my god. Losing my mind, dude. Holy shit, I'm losing my mind. What are we doing? What are we doing, dude? Oh my god, I'm actually going insane. Holy shit, Meg. You are dropping the ball, dude. Dropping the ball big time, dude. Big old time, dude. Big ball drop, dude. Massive ball drop. You need to stop relying on your buddies on Discord. You really need to do it. I know that's what you're doing. Listen, I've done it before too, okay? I used to do that all the time when I wasn't that good at debating. I'd be debating somebody that was clearly a better debater than me, and then I'd have people who I thought were also better debaters than me, sending me messages being like, hey, yo, dude, you gotta say this. This is the argument that you gotta run. This is how you respond to what he's saying.
Literally, that is not what is happening right now.
I don't believe you, but whatever. Do you have a response to the argument?
I mean, I don't care if you believe me, bro.
Do you have a response to the argument, Meg, or should I just move on? Because this is pathetic.
The argument of the government?
Yep, about how you think that the government shouldn't be able to force you into providing your bodily resources to somebody else, but you do think that the government should be able to force a rape victim into providing their bodily resources to the fetus. Let's just quickly run down all of the responses that you've given to this argument to just like, so I can demonstrate to you how like pathetic your frivolous attempts have been. Your first response to this argument was to say that the fetus shouldn't be paying for the crime of the rapist. Okay, the response to that was, well, that was not my argument. I never argued that they should be able to abort the fetus because the fetus should have to pay for the rape. No, it's rather because they don't have an obligation to provide their bodily resources to the fetus. Then your second argument was to say, well, Dean, why do you think location matters? Just completely strawmanning my argument into being the reason why I think that victims of rape should be able to access abortion is because the fetus is in the uterus. Once again, also not my argument. That's not my argument. My argument was rather that the rape victim does not have an obligation to provide the bodily resources to the fetus. Your third argument was that why am I appealing to legality? Dean, you're appealing to legality through your argument. That's also a misrepresentation of my argument. That's not what I'm doing. I'm not appealing to what the law is. I'm appealing to what you think the law should be based upon your moral convictions, and I'm demonstrating to you how you apply your moral convictions in a very contradictory manner, where in one sense you shouldn't be forced by the government into providing your bodily resources to somebody else predicated on your moral convictions, but you're using those same moral convictions to argue that a victim of rape should be able to be forced into providing their bodily resources to the fetus. Then the fourth argument you had was, well, because the only way for the fetus to live is if the fetus stays in that uterus and they take the pregnancy to term, therefore the woman has a generated obligation to provide for the needs of the fetus. Well, this is also true of the analogy to Max Irby. The only way that Max Irby will live is if you provide your bodily resources to him. Therefore, it would follow from your view that the government should be able to force you into providing your bodily resources to Max. You then denied that, meaning that you do not think that the fact the fetus needs the mom's bodily resources to live, aka that's the only way it will live, would generate an obligation on the behest of the rape victim, because that same fact being true of the analogy between you and Max does not generate an obligation for you. Those are all the arguments that you've given against this very simple analogy over the course of the last 25 minutes. So I'm going to ask you a very simple question. Either give me a new argument in which follows, okay, insofar as successfully demonstrating a difference between the analogy about you and Max Irby and a rape victim and a fetus, insofar as why you think the government should not be able to force you to provide your bodily resources, Max Irby, but the government should be able to force a rape victim into providing their bodily resources to the fetus. Either demonstrate a successful symmetry breaker between those two instances, or